Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today we've got a best of 5 between Deer and Impact from Katowice 2018. Game number 1 will be on Acid Plant, the latter edition, and let's get on into it. In the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. His name is Impact. And in the top left-hand corner, the blue Protoss player, Deer. It's a nice name, Deer. I like it. Very good. 2 Korean players going at it hard in the final bracket of Katowice 2018. There's a lot of games to be played before this one, and finally, they made it to where they wanted to be, and they're here, and they're happy, and they're pleased, and they really desperately want to kill the other player. So, one of them will. That's pretty much all there is to it here. Yeah, man, a lot of casting today, you guys. I did 2 hours of Far Cry 5 on twitch.tv/FalconPaladin. I also did another 2 hours of the WCS Challenger stuff to get into the next WCS event for North America. That was a lot of fun. Also on twitch.tv/FalconPaladin. So hit me up over there. Doing Far Cry stuff from here on out. Also going to do a Wings of Liberty campaign under 8 hours run, which come watch me suck at Terran. If you're interested in that sort of thing, you can make fun of me. You can tell me how to be better. Everybody will have a great time. I'm sure of it. Absolutely convinced that will be the case. But yeah, I'm living on Twitch a lot out there. So if you don't know I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitch. Come say hey. Also got a podcast, as long as nothing much is happening here in this game. There's a link in the description. But if you just search Falcon Paladin Hour on your favorite podcast app, we're gonna be there. It's me, it's Wade. We talk about StarCraft. We talk about movies and TV shows and books. Talk about Ready Player One, Black Panther, upcoming Infinity War. A lot of great stuff. Games like Far Cry 5, obviously, that we've been playing. So check it out. Come say hi. Come listen to the podcast. Give me feedback at falconpaladin@gmail.com, and we can make it better. But right now, about 1,000 of you watch or listen weekly. Just a weekly thing. So come see what all the fuss is about. What are you doing, dear? Are you opening anything here? 2.5 minutes in, and I don't see any sign. There it is. Okay, Stargate. Stargate opening for Deer. Getting worried, but maybe my timing, my sense of timing is a little bit off because I was ranting so much in the early stages of this game, and it is so macro style opening. Holy crap, is it macro opening? Has he scouted this? Indeed he has. Overlord well placed to not be spotted by the Protoss player. Actually, it is spotted by the Protoss player. I'm a giant liar. This isn't considered high ground. Well, I guess, I mean, if the Stalker comes out, I think you just die, but I don't think he's worried about that. Third base for Impact, morphing on in at the traditional third base location on this map. Adept trying, I mean, I was going to say sneak her way in, but she's coming right in the front door, man. She's going to try to scout some stuff, make sure, are there not enough lings possibly to kill me? The answer is there are plenty of lings to kill me. Scouted the lair timing, and there was no lair timing yet. So we're still 3 minutes. No lair has even been started for Impact, but we'll get there. We will get there soon enough. Ladies and gentlemen. Overlord is going to scout on in and probably find the Stargate. Phoenix first, though. Phoenix is going to try to prevent this, but you know what? If a Phoenix is killing you, there's a Stargate opening from your Protoss opponent. So nothing too surprising, as it turns out. Yeah, I think we're okay with this. It is an Oracle. Oracle's name is going to be Eldrad Uthran. The great Farseer of the Eldar had come up with a plan to save his dying race from the apocalyptic future he'd seen in his visions. Unfortunately, his planned spell backfired and sent him into a new dimension. What? And with these strange Protoss creatures, at the very least, he'll be able to use his divining abilities still. I don't know what you're going to divine. I guess maybe Revelation, right? Revelation is a divining ability about seeing the future, seeing what else is out there. It's a scrying kind of a thing, right? Determining what is where, like a divining rod is for finding water, where you might not know that it's there. Anyway, going to try to sneak on in here as Eldrad, and just not going to happen, dude. There's a Queen, there's a Spore Crawler. I mean, you can throw down some Revelation, but otherwise, I don't know what you're going to do. Rotoran on the way from Impact now. There at the natural base. Spore Crawler coming up at the third. So Impact is prepared for pretty much everything that's happened so far. And Resonating Glaives from Deer. So going to go for some kind of a crazy Adept attack. 2 base all-in. It feels like, nah, the third base is going to come up. So 3 base all-in, though, which is kind of a thing in Legacy of the Void, isn't it? If it doesn't work, you're just toast. Are you trying to hold this with 2 Adepts and an Oracle? Okay, and an Oracle. That actually makes a difference. The Lings were going to try to go for it, but the Oracle changes everything. Eldrad, man. Doesn't have any kills, but is preventing the death of this third base just by being present. So good job, dude. way to be alive. I need to check volume levels. Twitch volume levels and YouTube volume levels are exceptionally different, and I don't know why. But I think we're okay. I think that's what they always are. It just records differently in the GeForce experience as compared to uploading through Twitch. Twitch volume is hard, y'all. I don't know what the problem is, but there's a serious problem with it. Those of you who got it perfect, like Jordan, just Jordan, holy crap, dude. His volume levels are so good, and I've got to ask him how he does it. Because I don't know. I honestly can't tell you. Resonating Glaive's just about done. There's your Warp Prism to warp in additional reinforcements at the front. Okay, if you scout the number of adepts here, there's the scout and the number of adepts. Okay, this is going to be a ton of adepts coming anytime now. And they're heading my way. So in production, 11 roaches, 8 more roaches, more zerglings. Got some queens here too. This might just come down to, is this a successful attack? Is this a successful adept attack, or does Impact hold it off without really taking much damage at all? Yeah, man. Roach is pretty great in this situation. But look, gonna shade in. You're gonna finish this. You shade away. He does finish the shade. You kind of have to, don't you? So the drones get out, which means the Lings sacrifice themselves quite efficiently. Zergling trying to knock down the third base of Deer while all this is going on. Can we actually shade into the main base? The answer is yes. We're shading into the main base. We're trying to kill some more drones. 3 have gone down here. Can he? Yes, does end up. Eldrad gets 8 kills and saves the third base of Deer. But Impact has got to hold this, man. 9 drones have gone down. It's starting to increase quite a lot. Adepts not worrying about getting hammered on by these roaches at all. They just want to kill drones. They just want to be killing the drones. And so far, they're doing a pretty darn good job at it, I would say. That one survived, and one of the adepts made it out? No, she did. Okay, I was going to say, did she shade this way? Because maybe she's alive if she did, but no, she shaded into the main. And now she's dead. So what did we trade, guys? We traded 11 adepts for 20 lings, well-ish, 11 drones, and 2 roaches. I don't think that was enough. Resources lost here. Nope. Where the heck? There it is. About even. 1350 versus about 1400. It's really not all that different. Not all that different at all. Roaches trying to sneak up across the map and see what they can find. The answer is going to be an Immortal and a handful of Zealots with charge. With charge. So pretty scary stuff. Meanwhile, attempted warp in here by Deer cancels the warp in because Queens recognized it was happening. Excellent, excellent map awareness by Impact. But again, you can't make it to this point in StarCraft 2 and not have excellent map awareness. It's fairly impossible. You can quote me on that. It is impossible to make it far in StarCraft 2 without excellent map awareness. Thank you. Oh, did Eldrad get another kill? 9 kills for Eldrad, man. He's alive and he's having a great time. Impact, 4th base. Morphing in. Any sign of a 4th base from Deer? Not really. He's starting to float some money, but also getting upgrades too, so maybe just was saving up for that +2 attack that is on the way. So it's going to be Immortal. 1 Immortal, bunch of Zealots, an Archon, 2 more Immortals, 2 more Archons. Okay, never mind. This is actually a scarier Protoss army than I anticipated it would be from Deer. Is it just Roach, man? I don't know that Roach Ravager is what you want against this, although the Ravager is pretty great in this situation just with her extra range. The not taking bonus damage from Immortals is also super, super important. And another attack of Adepts inside the main base and getting it picked up and saved. Boop. 4 drone kills. Nothing game-changing, I don't think. It's 62 to 61 Harvesters. Again, the 4th base is done for Impact. He's got that gas coming in immediately, recognizing I need a lot of gas for the Lurkers right now. Groot Spine's just about done. Hydra, not a bad idea here. All those Zealots, man. Zealots chew up Hydras, especially when they have charge. Actually, mostly only when they have charge, because that's when they can close the distance fast enough to actually get some shots off without dying. Is the truth. Oh, Warp Prism still trying to do stuff. Man, that pickup range is crazy. So dang crazy. All right, push from Impact, trying to come across the map, get some stuff done. Phoenix says Overseer's not allowed. Get out of here, Overseers. Where do the Hydras go? Okay, Hydra's actually saving by pushing away the Phoenix there. And here's our army from Deer. It's 180 to 149 supply. Impact has a very, very nice lead. His army's kind of spread all over the place. Deer's is a little bit more concise, a little more compacted into one Protoss death ball, which is what they're known for, is death balling. Not as death bally as Wings of Liberty. Remember the days when it was just make a whole bunch of Stalkers and a whole bunch of Colossus and just go win against Zerg? And Zerg would have to make Corruptors and have to kind of get a 360 surround and maybe get some Lings on a flanking attack. And even then, it didn't really work all the time. And I just remember laddering in those days, and it was so frustrating. It's a different game now. I kind of feel better about it. Although, still, Protoss is a bit of a struggle. So Ling's attacking at the third. Nope. Ling's trying to get rid of, Hydras. Trying to do stuff over there. Not working very well. As there were some Zealots rocking on in, warping in more Zealots to deal with this stuff. There are the Lurkers. Lurkers, again, no bonus damage versus Zealots, but still hit them pretty hard. Roaches, the Storm is finally out. For Deer, exactly what you want to see. Lurkers having a great time. Immortals trying to focus down these Lurkers. The Storm, too, doing a lot of work. Archons coming in from the bottom side, and I think this is just a dead Zerg army, although these guys are not as much dead as you might want them to be if you happen to be a Protoss fan. Oh my gosh, the Storms, though. Oh, the Storms. That Immortal has 3 kills. Pretty good. Keeps all 3 of his bases. Does Deer. 4 bases for impact, though. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on the Zerg player. Working on +2 missile attack. We got Storm. We got Archons. We got Immortals. We got Zealots. Let's go, says Deer, and he is not wrong to do so. He is absolutely 100% not wrong to do so. Roach. Sorry, Roach. I don't know where you came from, but you super dead. Why am I getting X? Oh, because we're not maxed out. Whoever's playing Protoss Deer here isn't maxed out. That's amazing. He's getting XP for his Protoss. Anyway, here we go. There's basically A moving in here. The Archons doing bonus damage against everything. The Immortals are target firing the Lurkers, though, in the ground. Are there any Lurkers remaining is my question. There's one. There's one, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. A lot of drones out, and that's it. A good game from Impact. Impact is out, and Deer is victorious here in game number 1. 11 minutes down. Excellent, excellent performance by Deer. Never lost a base. Killed a bunch of drones in the game. Total of 35 of them. Just consistent harassment. The Adepts did a lot of work. The Adept Warpins and Zealots did a lot of work too. Never really got a 4th, but didn't feel the need to. Because didn't lose a whole lot. I mean, 2 Immortals, 34 Zealots. They're basically throwaways at this point. Eldrad died. That's sad. 2 of the Archons. How many Archons? 6 Archons left. Only 2 of them died in this game. Killed 28 Roaches, 12 Lurkers, 94 Lings, 21 Hydras. I mean, that was a stomping here in game number 1. 13,000 resources lost compared to 7. Whew. All right, game 2. Coming your way from this best of 5 between these 2 incredible players in just a second. All right, game number 2. It's going to have a very, very happy Deer to be leading 1-0 against Impact. It's going to be on Blackpink, the Ladder Edition. And go ahead and show support for your favorite race in the comments. Oh, wait, it's not timestamped, right? I've been streaming a lot on Twitch where it's timestamped. I wonder why YouTube doesn't do that. Oh, it kind of does, though, right? Because, yeah, it kind of does. It tells you how long ago it was, like hours and days, but it's not down to the minutes and the seconds. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point. But the problem is you can't be like, go Deer, and I know exactly when you were watching it. If I was streaming it, that'd show up. It does keep a track of that on YouTube streaming. I'm actually thinking about simultaneously streaming on YouTube and Twitch. There is a service that will do that for you. You basically stream to them, and they split it into 2 and send it to the 2 servers. And that way you don't have to have crazy good specs on your computer to do it yourself, right? The thing is, it does cost quite a bit, and I'm trying to decide if it is worth it or not. Would you be interested? I mean, are there some of you who are like, yeah, I like you, Falcon. I'd like to see you play the Wings of Liberty campaign and stream Far Cry 5, but I hate Twitch. I'm never going to Twitch because I hate Amazon. Amazon killed my dad? I don't know. What reason would you have to hate Amazon? I guess the extreme capitalist nature of the company, perhaps? The monopolistic tendencies. Anyway, the point is, would you be interested in watching on YouTube rather than Twitch? If I had on both, would that be a boon for you? Because at this point, it's either Twitch and YouTube or nothing. I'm not doing YouTube and not Twitch. I just, again, feel like YouTube is the future of gaming, and they've just been so friendly with it. And I know they're really harping on Rocket League and Fortnite and Overwatch right now, which are not games that I have any interest in playing, which is really too bad. I gotta find a game that I love to play that everybody else seems to be way into as well, because that is apparently what the people want. But you know what? I'm gonna play what I want to play. So be it. So be it. Far Cry 5 is a heck of a lot of fun, and that's actually getting some attention too. It's just the competitive stuff. I think that's the thing, right? Fortnite competitive, Rocket League competitive, Overwatch competitive. The people want to see competitive play, and that's what this is too. StarCraft at this level is very competitive. Me playing against the computer on normal in the Wings of Liberty campaign is perhaps not competitive. So, perhaps I've had an epiphany of some sort here. Maybe I have. Anyway, Deer's going for a Stargate opening Any sign of a third base? By golly, there is. Impact's third base is very well timed. Ling's making sure that no probes are here to stop this, or have a pylon already there to stop it. But nah, Deer's not going to throw away resources on that poor attempt at stoppage. Yeah, that's what it is. Stoppage. All right, Stargate got an Oracle. That first Oracle, man, Eldrad was good. Eldrad was good at StarCraft. I don't know where he learned it all. What does it say? He was the great Farseer. Well, that's why. He's a Farseer. He could see exactly where to go in to attack, and where to go in to throw down Revelation, and how to get 10 kills or whatever he had. Still no lair from Impact, obviously, because the third base is on the way. It's very similar openings to what we saw in game number 2. I don't see anybody really deviating from the plan in the first 3 minutes here. Phoenix done. Oracle follow-up. Oracle follow-up. So Phoenix first to clear out the Scouting Overlord. I mean, this is... The fact that the players are on different sides of the map, and it's a different map, is very different. But otherwise, this is incredibly similar to game number 1. And I guess at this level, you just have an opening that you're really good at, and you've got down to AT, just down to perfection, and you stick with it. So that's an Oracle. Oracle name is going to be the Really Bad Flying Pun. Tells terrible jokes to distract the opponent and lighten the mood. All right. If only Somicron was here. Somicron is much better at puns than I am, which leads me to believe he has some children somewhere he doesn't know about, because while I am a father of 3 children, my dad jokes are not good. They just don't spring to mind like other dads seem to experience, but Somicron's real good at it, yo. He can tell potato jokes for hours. Just say the word potato, and he'll rock it. All right, 2 queens here. Oh, yes, that's enough. 2 queens or a queen and a spore is enough to handle this Oracle. The Really Bad Flying Pun. You trying to lighten the mood? Phoenix looking for overlords to kill. Are we still going? No, that's a much earlier robotics facility with the Warp Prism this time. Twilight Council? Templar Archives. Okay, so Twilight Council's done. Where the heck is that thing? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Same screen. Same screen as the Templar Archives. That's an earlier Templar Archives too. So he's getting charge for his Zealots, and he might be going Archon and Storm earlier. Perhaps he was not too happy. Right? Perhaps he wasn't all that happy with the effects of the Adepts in game number 1, despite the fact that he did win the game. He said, Impact was pretty prepared for that. Probe down at the third base of Deer, but the third base is warping in anyway. Probe did job, and Probe was killed. It's very sad, but Probe went to Probe Heaven, I believe, is how the Protoss theology explains that. So we're at 3 base to 3 base. Impact is going to go for them roaches. 12 roaches in production right now. Evolution Chamber coming in too. Likely going to be for the +1 missile attack, which is very, very good. Darn near great upgrade to have. You know what's interesting? When I was casting for the WCS Challenger yesterday, I actually had my face cam on because I was doing it on Twitch, and I just kind of was in the habit to do that. And it's actually much, much different casting when you're worried about the face cam. When you're not worried about the face cam, which is, I think, why most StarCraft casting is not done with face cam on. Sure, I get the face cam in between games and stuff, but for the most part, it's off. You're just seeing the game when it's going on. You're not really looking for reaction shots necessarily. So maybe from now on, if I'm casting competitive StarCraft on Twitch, I'll make sure that's off during the games. How's that sound? That sounds great, Falcon. You're so good at this. Well, thank you, random YouTube citizen. I love you too. All right, Archon drop here in the main base. Almost got that Queen. Queen getting some extra shots off on the Warp Prism, though. Oh, Queen dies anyway, and then picked up and saved. I have been in the situation. These Archons have killed like 400 of my units. It feels like 400 units. You know those things we used to get for the StarCraft where what it feels like versus what it actually is? What an Archon drop feels like is losing my entire base to 2 Archons. And what it actually is losing 4 drones. Yeah, this is some good... I mean, it's going to be great Archon micro with the Warp Prism because it's Deer. And Deer's exceptionally good at StarCraft2. It almost just goes without saying. It's Deer level micro, I guess, is the better way to explain it rather than great micro, because it's redundant. It's redundant. 4th base here on the way for the Impact. Got a 4th base last time on the 3 bases of Deer. Didn't seem to help him very much. Definitely getting Immortals here is Deer. Does he have the Storm? No, he got the Templar Archives just for the Archons. Does not have Storm yet, which is fine. Ooh, big warp in of the charge launch. So they have the +1 attack just about done. There it is. Ground weapons level 1 coming up on that right side. Thank you, Game Hard Interface. I wish you were in all of my games, but not entirely possible, as it turns out. Okay, I gotta get my scroll. My mouse, if I middle click, I can scroll sometimes, but not all the times. Okay, Archons, just Archons, no Storm, man. Zealots and Archons versus Roach Hydra. Good decent force field. Not the greatest force field of all time, but it is trapping in some of these Roaches and Hydralisks, just forcing his way up this ramp right now. It is dear, but enough Roach Hydra. Just the DPS behind this is kind of insane. The Hydra's alone, but forcing the drones to get pulled. That's a bad sign for Impact. If he has to pull the boys here, look at this, getting 3 drones while effectively winning the match right now. Oh, the Warp Prism went down. Huge pickup for Impact. That additional round of Zealots would have changed everything, but as it stands, I think Impact holds this off. By golly, he does. With a handful of units, 4, 5 Hydras, and 2 Roaches survive that battle. Immediate counterattack. Immediate counterattack, because he knows he lost a ton of workers there. He lost 18 drones. It is 50 to 55. Sure, he's not down all that much, but against a Protoss that is just crushing. I still feel like Storm was a better answer here besides Archons. The Archons were great, don't get me wrong. They're very good, but Storm, especially in that situation where the units are kind of clumped up for the Zerg, force them to run away, right? Which means you get access to this tech structure, you get access to this hatchery, you force them back into the main, or else they eat the Storms and they die. It's just a better zoning thing, because it was Archons, though. They could kind of stand there and just brah without taking a ton of damage to everybody. The splash damage is a problem, but not as much of a problem as the Storm happens to be most times, right? Most of the times. Another Warp Prism in, and yeah, to reiterate, that Warp Prism going down was a huge swing. I really feel like another warp-in of 6 or 7 Zealots. How many warp gates are there? 8. 8 Zealots, I think, would have turned the tide in that battle, especially because they have charge, especially with the +1 attack. But anyway, Deer's okay. I think Deer's feeling pretty happy about the result of that game. Are these Drop Lords? We are Drop Lording, ladies and gentlemen. Impact going for the Drop Lord play, which I happen to like very much. We don't see it a lot. Maybe we'll see it more. It does seem like maybe it's a little bit more common now than it has been in the history of StarCraft. And I don't mean Drop Lord as in you drop lings into your opponent's base in the first 3 minutes and win the game. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Terran-style Drop Lord action. Where, right, you get 4 Drop Lords. You come around this right side. There are some Zealots waiting for this. They're waiting for ling run-bys is what they're waiting for. But is it going to scout this? Oh, hold on. No, they barely missed it. They just barely missed it. They decided to go on the offensive. Meanwhile, Zealots coming in at Impact's 4th base location. Zealots coming into his 3rd base location. And a warp into his main here, too. So this game is going to get nuts really, really soon if it's not already. And I think it is. Zealots just getting right on top of these queens. The attack at the 3rd base is cleaned up. The attack in the main base looks like it's cleaned up, too. But a Roach is going down. Queens going down. Spore Crawler, free shots. The Hydra finish that thing off. I don't think it can. And the drops from Impact seem to be on hold for a bit. Dude, Hydra, you can get this. Where did you go, Hydralisk? You were following this to kill it, and then did you die? You might have died. You might have been part of a control group. How? What? Where did more drones just die? What is happening? Maybe that was just up from previously. Sometimes it does that. It confuses me quite mightily. So Hydra finishing off Warp Prism. Okay, Queen got it. So Zealots are still here, which is an issue, and a single Hydralisk goes down. Attack attempted on the 3rd base of Deer, but look, Storm. See what Storm can do? Okay, he's timing this to where he's going to attack the 3rd base while dropping the main base and hoping that Deer doesn't pay attention and doesn't notice. This is a lot of Roach Hydra, though. There's really not a lot defending here. There's a single Shieldy Boy, not going to be enough, and the drop inside the main. No, he saw it. Deer saw this. I don't know if you want to land here, but still trying to win this thing at the front. Storm just crushing through the Roaches. And the Ravagers, the Hydra still dealing the damage, though. Yeah, no, Impact decides not to drop. The thing about Drop Lords is they don't have the boost, right? If they had the boost ability of Medivacs, they'd be used a lot more here. Zealots trying to deal with this drop as best they can, as they are Zealots. But look at this, Deer won the battle at the 3rd. He won the battle at the 3rd base. It is 148 to 67 supply. These guys are not dead. A single Immortal comes in and tries to kill 4 Hydralisks and 4 Roaches. Not going to be enough, my friend. But maybe if you get some Zealots? Nope. Going to say maybe some Zealots can help you out. Are you seriously not finishing off this base? Nah, really worried about killing army instead. 28 probes of Contown, though. 57 to 37 Harvesters. I think Impact has this, ladies and gents, here in game number 2. I don't know how you come back from this losing more of these probes here at the 4th base location, making unimmortal. Meanwhile, 5 Hydras are on the way from Impact, and that's a good game from Deer. Deer is defeated, and Impact is victorious there. in 12 minutes and 25 seconds. Yeah, I mean, Impact, just that little double-pronged thing. I don't think he expected this third base attack to go as well as it did. He figured maybe he'd do more damage here, but instead, not a whole lot. But this third base ended up going down. The fourth base gets harassed because the main base attack didn't get cleaned up as well as it should have. And just the multi-pronged harassment was beautiful. Beautiful. Still 62 roaches died. Let's not forget that. But 9 Immortals, 9 Archons, 2 High Templar, 36 Probes. A lot of dead stuff there for Deer. And Impact ties up the series 1-1. So we're into a best of 3 now. Let's see who can come back and win this thing on your Sunday in just a second. More delicious StarCraft action coming your way from the Falcon Paladin. He's going to be here on Catalyst, the Ladder Edition. In the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player Deer and his opponents in the bottom right, the red Zerg Impact. I kind of wish we had different colors in these, but I understand there are colorblind contingencies, and you got to work with what you got. So yeah, it's a Sunday. That means I'm actually going to be casting the Gauntlet Global Open at twitch.tv/GauntletSC2 tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Hoping to get some nice Korean representation. Lozira's been there for the last couple weeks and been very, very, very performant, I would say. We also had... Oh, I can't remember who this is. Who was the player? Parting was there. Did not do possibly as well as we'd expected him to, but that's kind of the great thing about live StarCraft, is you don't know how well they're going to perform in these situations. Especially because, okay, when we did that series with Parting, it was like 6 a.m. his time, so we bumped it back to 8 p.m. Eastern. It used to be at 6 p.m. Eastern, but it's 8 Eastern now, to kind of give them a bit of a more reason to wake up in the morning when it's not 6 a.m., when it can actually be closer to 8 or 9 a.m., I believe was the concept. Also, that prize pool has been bumped to $100 because of a sponsorship from the Falcon Paladin Hour. You can do the math on that. Anyways, yes, Gauntlet SC2, great organization. Really, really enjoy casting with them. You should come check it out if you don't. And I know most of you haven't. Because our numbers are not where I feel like they should be for the quality of presentation, the quality of casting, and the quality of players that we have. I guess in the comments, you want to tell me why you've never bothered watching the Gauntlet Global Open? Is it bad timing for you? Do you hate Twitch? I guess that would be an overlap for the previous question that I asked in game number 2. But what is it? Why have you not come said hello? The people that do come say hello, I give them a lot of love. I blow them kisses. You can watch me with more face cam stuff, which I am a very gruffy, scruffy man right now, but I think I'll have shaved by the time the Open shows up. So a clean-shaven Falcon. Oh, snap, Impact. Impact going for the proxy hatchery. He's got his natural, so it's not the natural. It's just late. It is a late third base location. Just happens to be at Deer's third base location. Don't mind me. Is Deer going to scout this? I don't think he is. I don't think he really has any reason to. So he's going to come down and say, all right, there's a hatchery. That's not going to arouse any suspicions at all. Wait, where are you? Are you still back here? What? Why didn't you move out? Maybe waiting. I guess waiting for this adept to finish. So the front door wasn't open, so Lings couldn't get in. Guess that makes sense. Gonna be a Stargate for Deer. What you gonna make? Phoenix? I predict Phoenix. I am the great all-seeing Farseer Eldar. Ah, it's a Void Ray. What? No. No. Why? He doesn't see anything amiss here. I guess he knows there's not a third base. Is that what it is? He did kind of push on over to this third base location. Oh. Oh, what? He came up here but didn't see it. What is happening? See Zerglings. Okay, fine. So he expects some kind of a two-base attack is what this is, right? No, he hasn't come this far. What is he reading? He has seen... I guess he saw no lair. Is that it? He's expecting maybe a Baneling Bust. That's what the Adepts are for. That's what the shield batteries, the 2 shield batteries are for. That's what the Void Ray is for. But he doesn't know about this thing. He doesn't know about it. Someone in the comments explain what he saw. How did he know he needs a Void Ray here? I don't get it. All right, well, this is going to be extreme aggression out of Impact. He's down to 21 workers to 33. 21 to 33. Void Ray says, oh, how is there creep over here? I honestly can't answer that question. I'm afraid. All right, so Ravager, Queen, Spore Crawler, right at your front door, ladies and gentlemen. Spreading that creep as best as possible. It's going to be Adepts trying to hold this thing, if at all they can, and I am unconvinced that they can. All right, so it's going to be Adept. Again, Adept Void Ray versus Roach Ravager is not exactly what you want. It's not a wonderful thing for Deer here. That's what you're looking at. Yeah, you don't want to lose your Cyber Core or that Gateway, though. You will die if you lose those buildings. I just don't see it happening very well for you at all. Big time attack coming in on these guys. Nice Corrosive Biles going down. Oracle joining the party. Did I even name these Oracles? When did he make these Oracles? I don't know, but I feel like they're dead, so let's not name them because they're dead now. Yes, in fact, they are. Goodbye, Stalkers on the ground. Goodbye, Stalkers back here trying to kill some stuff. Oh, these two Pylons are kind of powering the whole darn thing for Deer. Pylon's going to go down, losing units. Void Ray actually at 11 kills. There's the depowering of all of the stuff. Probes on hold position to try to save the lives of these Stalkers. 1 kill, 2 kills on the Stalkers. If the Lings are in, that's it. Yep, the Lings are right in on top of the Stalkers. They are microing back as best as they can. 5 probes have gone down. Another Pylon comes up to repower, and the shield battery's gonna save the day here? Holy Schenectadies. I don't know, man. Those Pylons coming up were massive for Deer. Queens stabbing away at the cybernetic score. Lings trying to do what they can. Yeah, I think Lings are what you want against the Stalkers right now. Although they are refusing to be surrounded. Look at this. Look at this from Deer. APM is well over 400 for both of these players right now. Forward, Spore Crawler going to get killed. Interesting. Ravager trying to come up. I think is Deer's surviving this exceptionally well. 28 to 21 Harvesters. Did sacrifice some probes, but again, you can do this. If your opponent sacrificed workers to try to kill you, you can sacrifice workers to try to stay alive, and you'll be fine. I know it's a hard lesson to learn. Zealots and Stalkers. The Zealots need to be on top here. The Zealots are helping with this Ling count fairly nicely. Good shield battery healing. These shield batteries are too far away. Okay, now getting back up just a little bit. Corrosive Bile landing. Nice hit on pretty much all 3 of those Stalkers. This is just insanity. Up here at the front door right now, warping in some Zealots. They are not charge locked, but I don't think they have the ability to be picky about this right now. These Stalkers, man. 5 kills on that Stalker. Hero Stalker. Ravager, 1 kill. Queen, 4 kills on that Queen. 6 kills on that Queen. She's a Slayer, man. She is a Slayer. And I think, as Deer stabilized, I don't know if you want to say you stabilized because there's still an army right at your front door. Creep spread still not happening all that much either. I'd like to see some creep spread, but oh, what is this? What is this? Oh no! Oracle snuck back to Impact's main base. Okay, Impact has to win this thing now. He is bleeding drones. Another Oracle. Wow. So Gosu from Deer. So ridiculous from Deer. All right, it's just Queens right now, and I just don't think... Yeah, that's it. Impact GG's out, and Deer wins the thing in 7.5 minutes. What a hold. What a hold from Deer. Resources lost about the same. What do we got? 3,600 versus 4,500 there. So, yeah, Impact lost more, but mostly that was the 19 drones back home that died because there was nothing. There was not a Queen. There was not a Spore Crawler back home. For Impact, he was committed. I'm sure the Queen count was nice, but Queens aren't that great at killing buildings, and that's what he had to do. The Shield Boys, the Shield Boys, the Shieldy Boys, the Shield Batteries were everything. Everything. All right, that's it for game number 3. Let's come back with game number 4. One more game, and Impact is out. So can Deer finish him off? Or not? I don't know. Let's find out. Game number 4 of this best of 5 will be held on Backwater, the Ladder Edition. Got your Protoss here. And your Zerg here. Man, down 2 games to 1 is not where you want to be in a best of 5. In a best of 7, you feel okay. You're not freaking out, right? You're not saying, boy, I'm in super trouble right now because you still have so many games left to go. But at this point, well, there are 2 games. 2 games left, period. Impact needs to win both of them to move on. And that is just such a tall order to win 2 games against Deer, who is just terrifying. You know what? We have some time. We got some time. Let me pull up the resume. The resume of Deer. If I do search Deer SC2, is it going to do anything? Deer School. Deer Science. Deer StarCraft2. Twitter is a search. Come on, you can do it. There's a Liquipedia. All right, cool. So Deer, let's see who he plays for right now. A lot of people don't actually have teams at the moment. Yeah, maybe Estro? No, that's not the case. Samsung Galaxy. Nope, that's over too. So he's teamless. Yeah, that's it. He is currently teamless. He's been playing since 2011, 2012 in the Pro League. That's where he got his start. He, let's see, took down Lita, Bomber, Jingbi, and faced SC in the finals. Lost to SC in his first time participating in the South Korea WCS preliminaries. Did stuff in Heart of the Storm, yada, yada, yada. He's got some wins here in StarCraft2 Star League Season 2 Premiere. He lost to Dark 4-2, which is really not something to super worry about. Lost to Byun 4-1 the year before that. Before that, it was Zest 0-4. Lost to Buell 3-4. Oh no, is he like Sue? A lot of second place finishes, dude. He 4-0'd Sulky back in 2013, and he 4-2'd Sue in 2013, but recently it's been a lot of kind of third, fourth place finishes for him, which still, dead impressive, right? Dead impressive to finish third in a major Korean Premier tournament. I feel like it is. And getting 4-0'd by Byun, especially back then, is just nothing to cry about. Okay, all right, Backwater, fun map. You pretty much have a free third base if you're Protoss, Terrans, or doesn't really matter who you are. Free third base is real nice, especially for Protoss, though. There are some maps where getting a third is just incredibly difficult. Not that Deer has made it look hard by any stretch, but he's probably happy about this. Do you think?
Firstborn shall persevere.
I don't know that he thinks he's hidden here. He just realizes it's not going to be Stalker, so he's not worried about it. Look at this windsock. I didn't realize there was a windsock here. Whee, windsock. That's a fun little map, doodad. Dap's sneaking out, trying to see what's going on, and the answer is going to be not much. Third base, no lair. Out of impact quite yet. I still need an expert to tell me what happened in game number 3, where he made a Void Ray, because that was game-changing. If he just goes Oracle there, it's not nearly as effective a hold. Or Phoenix, it's not nearly as effective a hold. The Void Ray was massively important for Deer in holding that, and I don't know what he looked at. Because he didn't check for a third, and he saw that the natural hatch was done. And I don't know what you're queuing off. Maybe the lack of Lings harassing, but... Oracle on the way from Deer. It's going to be the Oracle... Oh no, there were actually puns there. I'm sorry. You know what? This is going to be the really bad flying pun. Because the person who submitted that name actually gave me some puns to use, recognizing that I'm not good at it. And here it is. Why do Zerg love the library? Because they love to burrow. You get it? Burrow, borrow. Why do Adepts hate the sun? Because they keep losing their shade. Okay, that is really bad puns. You are correct. You aptly named that Oracle. This Oracle, even. So the really bad flying pun has been resurrected here for game number 4. Gonna try to kill some stuff, but I don't know. Okay, 2 queens. I was gonna say, yeah, Oracle goes in there because there's only 1 queen, but second queen shows up. Really bad flying pun has to get out after killing a single drone. Probably not worth it. Probably not worth the expense in building it. Pylon up here in case there's a proxy hatch or something? I don't know. Just for future reference. Just a nice thing to have is what it is. So third Nexus coming in for the Deer, getting a Roach Warren, getting a lair. Is Impact back home? Zerglings, making sure these double Adepts can't really do much. And you know what? They say, screw you. We're going to kill drones. You thought you could surround us out there. You got to surround us in your own base if you're going to have any hope of killing us. Okay. Great positioning here, but the Queen DPS is just too much. 3 drones go down before the Adepts die. Not exactly paying for themselves, but also not too horrible. Not too horrible either. Getting charged, getting a Templar Archives back home is Deer. All the things you want. If you happen to be a wonderful Protoss player, as this guy happens to be. Lings pushing out. Oracle holding the line here. Yeah, you might be... Oh, Bob. No, Bob. Bob, you had 1 job. Oh my gosh, Bob the Zealot. Oh, Bob the Zealot. Why? So many probes are going to die because you didn't do your job. Oracle decides to try to kill the Lings here inside the main base. The ones... Oh, did Moore get in? How is this even possible? I don't know how this is possible, man. But meanwhile, Archon drops doing stuff. Nope, Roach is shutting that thing down. Yeah, I would like to say that for the record, Impact is in a wonderful position, shutting down that War Prism harass while at the same time killing 7 probes. Because it isn't simple Ling run-bys, because Bob wasn't doing his job. Dude, this is still wide open. If Impact sent another 12 Lings through, kind of feel like Deer's just dead. But instead, he really has to focus on these Archons. So smart job by Deer. Not just bringing the Archons back to defend, but instead actually attacking to push the pressure right away from his own front door and put it squarely in the front of Impact's front door instead. Hydralisk Den and a Spire coming in for Impact. Yeah, 2 Queens, bunch of Roaches. Not great. Not great for your Archon drop. 68 to 56 total Harvesters. Impact has a beautiful lead economically. He's got his 3rd base location, but again, Deer has his 3rd. Gotta really kind of need a 4th. Oh. War Prism dead. Now Archon. Can I just kill a drone? No. No, says Impact. You cannot. You are disallowed. Phoenix patrolling. 12 drones on the way from Impact. He is droning behind this. He's getting a 4th base behind this. He's pushing with the Roaches. Kind of pushing with the Roaches because Immortal production for Deer is in full swing right now. Still down 10 workers. Is not where you want to be. Changeling immediately spotted and immediately killed. And then seeps into the ground. Never to be seen again. Very short existence. Storm being researched by Deer, recognizing the importance of splash damage when going against a Zerg player, especially one of this caliber. I feel like he could beat me without any splash damage, but against Impact, you need it. You need it. Mutalisks on the way. I mean, there's a Phoenix out already, which means Deer has the capability to get some nice Phoenix up. But does he know? Does he know? Did he scout this? Oh, he somehow didn't scout the Spire. Okay, that might be game changer. Is Impact? Okay, Impact made a Muta and then stopped. No, just kidding. He has 7. He has 7 Muta who are sneaking down this way. Is there anything to stop this from happening? There's a photon cannon in the main, but that's it. Phoenix coming home. Is he sniffing something? Is he like, okay, something's not right here. Why is there not a big Roach Ravager attack right now? Oh crap, Mutas. Mutas are an option. Yeah, immediate. Look at this warp-in timing. Holy cow. The cannon might be finished off. Cannon's finished off. None of the Mutas die. They've got tissue regeneration. This 4th base in a lot of trouble right now. Can the Mutas, Mutas are just like, hey guys, none of you guys can really shoot up. Maybe some of your sentries can, but you're dead real fast. Oracle can't do anything about this. Trying to make an Archon here. And the Guardian Shield is actually beautiful because it does reduce the damage very nicely. Okay, Ling, Roach, Ravager here at the front door. This Ground Army for Deer is much, much happier about dealing with this particular one, rather than some kind of a giant Muta flock. Muta's trying to fly back into the main. There is a single Phoenix trying to defend while this attack is going on. Cybercore taking some huge shots. Might end up falling. Changeling just sitting there at the front. Phoenix not microing. Phoenix goes down. Some probes are going to die here. Another Phoenix joins the party, though. And Deer's holding on very well right now for being in a situation where those Mutas kind of caught him by surprise. Oh, the Mutas are still alive. The Mutas are still killing probes back here. Probe count plummeting for Deer. Impact, it doesn't have a huge army, but the Corrosive Bile is doing exceptionally well. Sentry down. Immortal down. Another Immortal. Taking some shots. That barrier is up. Oracle dies. Really bad flying pun is out. Mutas get cleaned up by a cannon placement, which is nice. Impact scrapping for his life right now. Just bringing Lings in. Bringing whatever he can afford to do right now. I guess he does have 78 workers, so whatever he can afford doesn't seem like it should be all that little, and it's not. See, look at these guys. Still coming. Still Roaches. Still Hydras. Still Lings. The reinforcing units can get across the map very, very quickly. And that Warp Gate's going to die. The Cyber Core is down here too, continuing to make Immortals, but this is a lot of Hydralisk and Ravager right now. Sure, there's a handful of Roaches, but it's not a whole lot. Dark using the terrain to the best of his ability. Is it enough? I don't know, man. It's 5 Immortals. All the rainbow colors down here. They are starting to fall, though. That Archon does have a single kill. And that's going to be it. Where the heck are the probe kills? I guess they're just taking shots, and that's it. Deer with a good game. He's out. Impact throws the good game too, and we're going to move to a game 5. Everybody between these two great players. I'm going to pull up the resume of Impact here in just a second. And let's see what we can find on him. But meanwhile, fantastic sneaky Muta push from Impact. Kind of threw Deer off there. Lost a bunch of probes. And then the subsequent Roach Ravager follow-up attack, and also dealing with the Archon drops exceptionally well for Impact. All of these were very important factors for him in the win. Okay, game 5. Everyone's favorite is the Game 5 of a best of 5, and it's coming your way. What a happy day in just a second. Hey, guess what? It's a game number 5 between two incredible StarCraft 2 players. It's going to be on Eastwatch. You got the Protoss down here. His name's Deer, and then we've got Impact in the top right. And let's talk about Impact for a second here. You're like, I've been watching him for 4 games, dude. Why so late? Great question. I don't know. Probably because it's 11 o'clock at night. And it's been a long day. All right, so his results in Premier Tournaments actually fairly low. 2014. He started in 2011. In 2014, DreamHack Open Bucharest. He got 0-3'd by Life to finish second there. So not bad. I mean, losing 0-3 to Life, again, not a big deal. In major tournaments, VSL Season 1, he 3-0'd Hero, the Protoss player, to take first in that. He took first place in 2015 ASL Season 5 Prime League by 4-3ing Hyun. And he did take second place in the Leafing Cup by getting 0-2'd by Solar. So, I don't know. He's all right. He is... Did he... Okay, so he all-killed Team Liquid back in Acer Team Story Cup back in 2013. So, not as many big results as Deer has had, but man, he's doing okay. It's kind of a Zerg... Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a Zerg expansion right now. Zerg patch. And so it's not surprising to me that some of the Zergs we normally see maybe not do as well or are doing better now than they have in the past. Anyway, Probe Scouting says, where the heck is your expansion? Your pool is not nearly close to as much done as it should be if you skipped your expansion. So it's going to be gold, right? That's it. The gold's on the way. Deer recognizes that's what's going on. Takes a hard right. Indeed takes the hard right. Scouts it. It's too late to throw up a pylon and try to cannon it, so he's not going to. But just file that information away. Try to kill it, because a Zerg with a gold this early is actually pretty scary. Remember Vonnie Research Station? There was a whole build that centered around Zergs taking that early gold and just crushing Protoss. It was real hard to stop until Protoss started going, I'm going to send 4 Zealots over there and kill your base. And they did, and it worked. And then Vonnie Research Station went out of the map pool, and it never showed back again. Kind of fleeting fame, if you will. Going to be another Stargate opening here from the Deer. Drones saturating this base very nicely. They had to walk a long way to get there from the main, but the additional mineral returns are going to be worth it. That's the whole point of these gold bases, is additional minerals per trip, which helps your income immensely. Look at it, 1,300 compared to 900. With fewer workers, this is like mules, man. This is like giving Zerg mules, which is a horrible idea. Blizzard will never do that, but that's essentially what Impact has been able to do here. Did manage to take its expansion here too, as we can see. And Stargate opening from Deer. Stargate is just about done. Do we have Oracle names? I think we do. I'm gonna say we do. So Phoenix anyway. Phoenix first, as Impact has kind of preferred to do here in the series. Adept trying to do stuff, but man, single Adept, not really enough to shut down an entire base by yourself, unless the Zerg player completely neglects defense, which, sure, why not? It could happen. So Phoenix is out. Another Phoenix coming in, not going for Oracle this time. Perhaps he hasn't gotten what he's expected to out of Oracles in these games. He's going to go Phoenix play, just, I guess, in case it's Mutas again from Impact, which seems a little weird. You don't want to just blindly go Phoenix in a ZVP, although they're... Phoenix are good, man. Showtime has been known to go for Phoenix quite a bit against Zerg, and he does fairly well in his tournaments. Gotta love that Showtime. Alright, so just map controlling right now with the Lings. Is there a third base here? No. Is there a third base down here at the gold? He's checking. Nope. Alright, good. We got a 2-basing Protoss right now, which means, yeah, he needs to kill Impact before the impact. Haha! Of the gold base just straight up kills Deer, because it's so good. So good. Although it's actually fairly close right now on mineral income. Look at that. 2,100 versus 1,800. It's not like crazy a lot more. 22 to 17 maybe. Let's just trust the gold. Let's just trust the gold. The gold is good. The gold is wunderbar. Is that a slow Orpin? That pylon's not really. That pylon's not touching this gateway or the Nexus. That has just got to be exactly perfectly placed to not hit either of those. That's hilarious. Really funny. All right, Ling's running home, recognizing there are adepts on the way. Charge coming in here too for Deer. Impact working on Roach, Warren, and Lair. Likely for Hydralisk Den. He's been a pretty big fan of Hydras this series so far and has actually done pretty well with it. But Deer, look at this Zealot count. Oh, Zealot count is big. Scouted though, right? Impact sees this coming. He's got 11 Roaches on the way. Roaches are so good against Zealots and Adepts. That's what you want here. And the response from Impact has been perfect. Big old warping from Zealots. Okay. This is Deer kind of all inning, right? He doesn't have a third base. He kind of knows he has to win here. Impact might not have what it takes to deal with this many charge lots. Charge lot 2, 1, 0, done, go. Time to go. Oh, free RO, free Roaches picked up against the wall here. And they all die. Lifting a queen. Lings, Roaches, Queen, trying to handle this thing on their own. Is it going to be enough? Look at this game right now, you guys. Look at the insanity. Queen surrounded, dead. Trying to pull back, playing this Protoss, using the environment for your favor. Transfuse is going down like crazy. APM over 400 for Impact and over 350 for Deer, and he does manage to save it just with Queen, just with Roaches, just with a Spine. Some reinforcing Roaches getting picked off. Impact being a little bit sloppy with his reinforcement line. Says, all right, your third base is too well defended. What about your natural base? Goodbye, Spine Crawler. Goodbye. Dim Zerglings, too. More Zealots warping in. This is looking good for Deer. I really like this for Deer. Kiting as best as he can. Pulling the boys. Is Impact recognizing he can do this. If he holds, he just straight up wins right now. It is close as can be. The Zealot count just doesn't seem to be falling as fast as Impact needs it to right now. Got an Adept in the mineral line. 17 drones have gone down. Impact is down 27 to 37, but he keeps this gold base. He's okay. 3 more Roaches spawning. More Ling spawning. Queen desperately trying to kill as many as possible, but another warp in from Deer. This is looking real bad, and that's it. Impact with the GG. Impact is defeated. Deer is your winner in 5 games. Holy smokes. Deer said, yeah, you know what? You know what? Your gold base, it's not going to win you. It's not going to win you this thing. Sorry. It's just not. You can have it, but then I'm just going to 2-base so many Zealots you're facing. I mean, look at the end here. What did we have? With that final warp in. $79 at 48 supply. There's your warpin. The Zealots get in here and pause, right? There's your GG. It is currently 20 Zealots, 20 charge lots, and Adept versus 4 Lings and a Roach. That's it. That's your game. So 27 Roaches died, 22 Zealots killed, 36 Lings, 27 Roaches, 6 Queens, a Spine Crawler, and a bunch of drones. Charge lots are good, you guys. They are real good. We've seen the strategy on the Gauntlet Global Open. Is it a Russian Protoss player? Can't remember where he's from. Romson is his name. And yeah, he does this against Zerg a lot. And even if the Zealots don't win the game, it still gives him fairly favorable trades to the point that he can win the game later. But anyway, fantastic display from Deer. Wins it in a very hard-fought 5-game series in this best of 5, which is pretty much all I can ask for when you're watching a best of 5. But, whew, all right. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void Full Series Edition. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. Some solid, consistent branding there. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.